Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Economic Preppers. Also going to be on Litecoin Leader too, but we're doing a special video tonight. I'm actually interviewing Patrick because we're talking about a subject that I don't know much about, and probably you don't know much about it either. It's kind of a niche of a niche, but it's big for those who know about it. It's collectibles, right? Is that the right phrase for it?
Physical collectibles, yeah.
Physical collectibles. So,
or physical bitcoins is what we call them in this space.
Right. So one of the objections that many people talk about who don't know too much about Bitcoin, or even those who do, they say like, well, it's intangible, it's digital, I can't physically touch it. Well, I think that we're proving that wrong today, and we will be talking about this at the Silver Symposium as well at the end of September in Vegas. Hope to see you there. But we're going to show a lot of people a lot of collectibles tonight, and a new collectible that you helped create, which is you have to be excited about.
Dude, I'm so excited.
Yeah, I mean, that has to be. So,
especially with Elias coming to the event.
And for those who don't know, Elias literally wrote the book on collectibles. There's like a Bible of collectibles.
Yeah, we call it the Bible. It's the physical encyclopedia, or like encyclopedia of physical Bitcoin and collectibles.
Yeah, and every space has that. I used to be a baseball card guy, and I used to have, I still have several baseball cards of value, and probably a bunch that don't. But there was like a Bible of that too. I don't remember what it was called, McDonald's or something. But they would just you look up any card and see what kind of value it was at that time. But I think this Bible, I've seen this Bible, and I know that you think yours is autographed by Elias, right? Well, in any event, it really highlights and tells the story of the collectible as well, not just shows you it. So let's start, but I think we've built this up. Anticipation's high enough. Now let's talk about a collectible. Why don't we show the viewers a collectible, one of your favorites?
So let's start with one that a lot of you guys are already familiar with, right? This is the Ballet Wallet. So a lot of you guys have seen these physical Ballet Wallet collectibles, right?
Oh. Watching the flame here.
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm too hot to handle, guys, really. But the idea of this is these guys are loaded with 1/100th of a Bitcoin. So 1% of a Bitcoin, or 0.01 Bitcoin, right? Also, you could say it in a different way. It's got 10,000 bits, or 1 million Satoshis.
Very good.
So
very good.
That's
so
kind of
bits
the
is one sat.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, 100 sats is 1 bit.
That's correct.
And there's 1 million bits in a Bitcoin.
And these are really cool because it's almost like having like a Bitcoin gift card, right? Where the Bitcoin is on here, and the only way you could spend the Bitcoin is by peeling off the QR code underneath that reveals the private key. And the private key, of course, is what allows you to spend the Bitcoin. So this address here is just a wallet that has the public address here, and underneath it is where the QR code is for the private Bitcoin. Now, you step
before we go away from that, let's just say I know nothing about Bitcoin and you want to give me Bitcoin. You can give me one of those, right? And then I have Bitcoin. I don't have to do anything with it, right? Let's put it in my safe or something.
That's correct. Yeah, you can. Here you go. Here's 1% of a Bitcoin, Jeff.
Okay,
Happy birthday.
So I now own 0.01 Bitcoin. Thank you, Patrick. And I just put this in my safe, and I own Bitcoin. I don't need to do anything with it. It's safe and secure.
And you don't even need to learn how to send it or receive it or do anything with a wallet. You just know that you own that much Bitcoin.
It's like being handed an ounce of silver or gold. It's literally it's an asset you can put in your safe, and it's already done, and you don't need to mess with it. You don't need to know anything more about it other than you say, I own some Bitcoin. I know where it is.
And it's one of the few ways that you can truly transact in Bitcoin without using the blockchain. This is truly a way where you can, it's a physical Bitcoin. So the reality is there's Bitcoin loaded on this device. It's just a physical device. It used to be like the old fashioned would be like paper wallets, which you've seen some paper wallets, right? Wink, wink, for those of you who know what I'm talking about. But some of those paper wallets, they're
some kind.
So the paper wallets this is in essence a very similar function, is that the private keys are stored under here. So whoever owns the private keys owns the funds.
Right, and it's unique, it's collectible,
that's
it's
correct.
Bitcoin, it represents value. It's kind of similar to having, like if you had like a safe full of those, it'd be like having a treasure chest of gold coins.
Yeah, and they make these collectibles in various denominations as well. Some of them are funded, a lot of them are unfunded, so be cautious who you're getting it from, because you can get them that look like this, but they're not funded.
Correct.
And there is a lot of stuff in the physical collectible space that will be very clearly identified as funded or unfunded. So don't buy one of these coins thinking you bought a Bitcoin full of, physical Bitcoin with a 1 Bitcoin on it, when it's only, $600 or $6,000, and you think you're getting a steal for $6,000. but in reality, it's an unfunded Leolana that's like never been seen before, right? So be cautious and know what you're buying.
And if you have any questions about this, and we help people collect these as well, and that's a good way to get started. If you are interested in products like these, this is a perfect opportunity to reach out to the economic preppers.
Talk about a collectible.
Oh, here's another.
This is a Satori. Check out the hologram on that. No, I got to get close so they can see it.
Yes, show the viewer.
Okay.
I've seen it.
Look at this.
So that looks.
This is from the pre-fork era.
And that's before 2016, correct?
Yeah.
So this is before Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin Satoshi.
And again, the hologram on here is where underneath is where the private keys are. And these guys are pretty rare. Even though it's made out of a clay chip, it looks like a clay poker chip.
It does. It looks very much
that's
like a
pretty
poker
much all it is. But even though it's only a clay poker chip, and it doesn't even have much Bitcoin loaded on it, right? We're still talking a low denomination, 1/1000th of a Bitcoin. They go for about $350 to $600. So depending on the mintage of the coin, ooh, careful with that. Oh, wow, Jeff. Okay.
That's why it's in this plastic case.
Oh my gosh. Yes, we can get a new plastic case. I always forgot about that part, a new plastic case. But yeah, so they are rare. They're really cool. I mean, I get one for each of my kids. It's just something I'm going to put away, and it's something that I know is going to continue to gain value, not only because of rarity and scarcity, but because of the true value intrinsically. Like, what is 0.1 Bitcoin going to be worth in the future? You know, if you give a Ballet Wallet like this loaded with 0.1 Bitcoin, what could this be worth in the future?
Right.
Like,
right.
really
and
think about
look,
that.
I mean, these look. This has weight to it. You can't really feel it. It feels about like 5 or 6 ounces.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like gold, but it's truly not gold. It's just
not
gold plated.
Itself, but it looks gold. It looks like it has.
It's still
value.
stainless steel, and that's, you know, some people like Ballet, they really make a good market in that with the stainless steel products, and they even have a couple of the silver ones that go for sale. Like they had that silver Litecoin one that now they're selling for $500 unfunded.
Nice.
And that's just for what, 50 grams of silver. So truly, when you get the physical collectible piece, you add a lot of value.
And for those that have collected silver or gold before, you're familiar with numismatic, which is a fun word to say. Numismatic is just a collectible form of that currency.
I always think of Lynette.
Lynette Zhang, she loves talking about that. So pre-1933 gold, or like think of a Carson City silver dollar. It's way more than normal Morgan because it's so rare. There are very few that came out of that mint in Nevada. But these are types of, like, it's not every coin is equal to one another because think of this, there's certain postage stamps, there's certain baseball cards, all these different things.
The serial numbers?
Yeah, all these things have different values to it. So you can relate to, is what I'm saying, is that like silver and gold, people can relate to these types of collectibles because they understand numismatic coins.
Yeah,
so if you have an old 1925 Morgan dollar, they understand that has a lot more value than an eagle from yesterday.
This clay chip, like, what makes this worth so much more than the poker chips that are sitting at the casinos, right?
Because you can get those. There's 1,000 of those. There's millions of those. There's limited edition.
But that's my point. Is like
limited amount of Bitcoin.
When you actually sit it and you look at the poker table too. And I know it's a little bit of a tangent topic, but I remember sitting there at the table playing blackjack, looking at, like, when you play 21 or blackjack, right? Whatever they call that game. You guys can tell I'm not a gambler. But if you win, they give you chips, and then they give you like a 50-cent piece.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
If you get a
and
half,
so you give them like $100 bill. They give you back chips, and then randomly they give you back chips and some regular like fiat currency.
That's because they're paying 1.5.
And I'm sitting here going like
$1, they're going to give you half.
I'm going like, give me a game where we can win these and play with Bitcoin chips. That's what these were made for, and that was how they were designed.
And we talked about that.
I can't believe that I'm holding one of them.
That's for a Bitcoin cruise at another time. We'll talk about that.
Man, I love this game.
But this is very similar because I relate to that. I remember being at I think it was the Hard Rock Cafe, and I was playing $1 or $5 of blackjack. And I had the chips, but the chips were all unique. They were like different rock bands and stuff. So if you wanted to, you could. There's a collectible sitting for you on the table. It's one of their chips. You can put in your pocket. Like if you loved Aerosmith and you got their chip, put it in your pocket. There's a $1 collectible. You just don't cash it in.
Yeah.
And there's a keepsake. Rather than buying a postcard or stamp or a T-shirt, the chip is...
Man, I would have played poker just to do as many buy-ins as possible and not play. I would have paid for all my friends to play at the table and just everyone to get up and walk away. That would have been my strategy for that poker tournament. Get as many of my friends in, pay them for their chips as they leave. They lost no money. They can go back and play if they want, but I just... Could you imagine? I know guys who have rolls of these things, and I showed you that roll.
Yeah.
That thing's going for like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, these things could be multiples of their intrinsic value. So if you could take, say, a half ounce of silver and... How many sats are on that one?
1,000 pips.
1,000 bits.
So 100,000 sats.
100,000 sats, which is...
1/1000th of a Bitcoin.
So that's like $30. Let's call it $30 a Bitcoin. $30 is $20 silver. You have $50, but now you put them in a beautiful form like this.
Oh, ready? Wait.
In a brand new coin that's only been only 1,000 made. And these are the kind of collectibles that SatPulse, that's the first ever SatPulse coin. This is Patrick's design. He helped get it built. It has a hologram going to be put in the back as well. That'll protect the private key. And you can see that it's a half ounce of silver with a brass ring. And it fits in a standard coin. You can get them as a roll of 10, or you can get them as individuals. And
well, I'm only doing the pre-sales for the rolls. See, that's the problem. I guess I should fix that, because we were going to just go through Monday, but then as you guys who know me know, have been following me, I had a baby last week. Well, not me. I delivered the baby into life. I gave it its life. I took it from my wife, and dude, that was the experience that I'm telling you.
You're funding the baby. You're helping to raise and parent the baby. So you're involved, but as far as the birthing process, you were done about 9 months ago. Yes, we understand.
No. I pulled the baby.
Okay.
Out of the body.
Did you cut the cord this time?
I did.
Congratulations.
Dude, I totally did it.
That's an epic thing to do.
So my point is like, I think we should extend the pre-roll sale. So I told Dylan I'll go like another week. So instead of today, but I'll only do pre-rolls, and the pre-rolls will have like 10 coins in them. So just only one pre-sale is going to happen, and once those rolls are done, we're done with that, and we'll only go to singles.
I think it's like buy 9, get 1 free.
Yeah, it's $135 for the whole roll of 10, and they'll go...
$13.50.
Yes, $13.50 for the roll of 10, so $135 a coin.
Normally it's $150 a coin.
That's right.
So you're
and we'll
a
only
free coin in a roll.
That's right.
So it's pretty cool. It's a collectible, and again, these things, like, this is the first ever SatPulse coin that's ever been made.
Oh, it'll be the first of a set. I have many more.
First of a set. You can hear that now. So you're getting you're getting the first step in the owning the whole set, which will, like, when you have the whole set later on, it's going to be worth that much more because you have the whole set complete. So it's kind of like you collect them. It's kind of like. Well, I'm going to say like when McDonald's used to give away like a certain toy every week. You get all 4 after going there for 4 times in a month. Like you collect the whole set. Like
no. It's kind of like the Leolanas, where you want like all of the coins.
I understand. You understand the Leolanas. I'm trying to relate to the people as watching, and it's just
what could be as significant as owning a set of crypto physicals.
I'm just saying that something. That's
okay, if you guys want to collect the 50-state quarter thing, collect all 50 states.
Like if you had all 50 states of no value of 50 pieces of tin, yes, exactly. But you get the idea. You're collecting these over time, or a jersey, or things that you can collect over time, and having a full set obviously adds more value. So they have a collection of collection. So that's even more valuable.
So if you guys want some of those coins, I'm telling you, I think I only got like 30. Well, oh gosh, I think now it's like
let's not put numbers
14 or 15.
They're selling as we speak, and as they're watching, there's probably even more being sold. But that's
okay.
Let's finish up the video by talking about the process. Tell me about, like, I know you've been a fan of collectibles for a while, but how did you get involved in making a coin? And tell me, like, how involved and how intricate was, like, how much did you have? I think you were like the integrator, like you were getting all these different pieces put together. Tell me about that process and how long that was and what it was like.
So, I mean, Bitcoin collectibles have been around for quite a while, but I didn't get into it till like much later than I had really wanted to. And, any day later was just too late for me, honestly. So, but as I started collecting these items, I started realizing like that I understood fundamentally the tech behind it. That was like really simple. This is just the Bitcoin blockchain network and how it functions and the protocols within the blockchain network. So to me, creating the private keys and the wallets on there and the QR codes and the words, that was like nothing fancy. What to me was fancy was the designs. Like it was so cool. You know, the paper safes, the Satoris, like all the Lialanas, like all of the cool videos that you see out there that have the Bitcoin logo, those are all made from those physical Bitcoin collectors. And to me, it was like, man, I've always wondered, like, how could they sell these things for thousands of dollars with it loaded with like a fraction of a Bitcoin? Like, how could this thing go for like $600 when it's only got $30 worth of Bitcoin or $26 worth of Bitcoin on here? And it was because of the rarity. It was because of the trust factor that has been with these coins. Like, no one has ever broken or breached the trust. These have never been scammed. And there are coins out there in the scam space. But then it was also the beauty of it. Like, there was just such elegance and artistry, and it was something I just really liked having. And then I started going to the physical world with like silver, and I started seeing like, wait a sec, like people make a bunch of these silver coins. Like people mint whatever silver round they want. They're just a little bit above spot. And I'm going, why can't I mint my own coin and do the back on it? Okay, so I started running the numbers thinking like, man, if I could really pull this off and make a coin like under a few $100s and really mint it with some value on it, I feel like I could bring to market something really awesome.
Right.
And it just never quite clicked. I tried to form partnerships and I just couldn't get it across the finish line, if you know what I mean. And I did end up finding a partner with Rob Goodman. Rob, you know, saw the vision that I had. And yeah, we came on a stock pulse. It looked one way, but we ended up finding this beautiful marriage between the precious metals, which is what I was there to learn about, something that is tangible, something that is a store of value, something that you want to pass down to your kids, something that is irrefutable value, right? And then marrying that with what I believe is irrefutable value as well. And I couldn't think of a better way to do it than to marry silver and Bitcoin. And with Rob, he had so many great connections, especially with like some mints that we were able to partner with.
Sure.
Between some of the creators we found from the space that we already know who designed NFTs and knew what I was looking for. Elias Ahonen being able to like just impart wisdom and what to include and what to not include and what makes a great coin and what makes a good first coin, especially if you recognize the brass ring, you'll understand there's a reason for that. So there's a lot of things that have played into developing this coin and making it happen, but just all of it happened at the right time.
Well, I'm really thrilled that you were able to pull this off, and it pulled it off just in time for the Silver Symposium, which is really great. So you've got, like, part of the reasons that we bring this whole community together, we bring in the crypto people who value Bitcoin outside of the dollar system, the dollar fiat system. Same with the silver and gold people who like precious metals, again, outside of the fiat system. Now you have a single collectible that marries them both together, and it's here and it's part of a collection. I'm really glad to see it. And if you're interested in things like that, please join us at Las Vegas Caesar's Palace at the end of September 29th, 30th, and October 1st.
Yeah.
Discount tickets are in the description, and you get a free ounce of silver as well. But if you're interested in these collectibles or want to know more, please reach out to Patrick or myself at Economic Preppers. The details will be down below as well. Or come on out to our Economic Preppers booth at the symposium. We'll be there, and we're happy to talk to you, and we're looking forward to meeting all of you in Las Vegas. But until then, we will talk to you next time, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.